Hi everyone, welcome back. For today's look, as it says in the title, it's a requested video. It's taken me so long to do it, so I'm really sorry to whoever requested this video. You'll know who you are. And I wore this look in quite a few videos, and so if you look back on the videos, it should be really obvious again which videos the look's in. And it mainly centres around this lip product, which is the Revlon Matte Balm in Passionate, is it? Get the... yeah, Passionate. But it's sort of spelt in a Frenchy posh way. It's not really passionate in the English spelling. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. There's a couple of products I've had to sub out, and it's just literally because they were thrown away after one of my use up videos. They weren't quite used up in time. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that look. So I've subbed a few, but the look hopefully should overall look the same. So I'm doing a chatty one with you today, just to let you know where have I been. I've had my channel for 18 months now, and religiously without fail I've posted twice a week. But unfortunately for the past month I've just not been very good at doing it. There's quite a few reasons for that, so I'll just maybe get into them as we go along. The two foundations I'm going to be using today, and I honestly can't remember what foundation I did use, to be honest, in it, but you know, I tend to really go for a very similar look. It's 010 light porcelain and 200 soft beige in the Rimmel lasting finish. I know that's really odd to mix completely different shades, but it's because I am very fair at the moment, and this porcelain shade is just, as you can probably tell from the bottle, it's just very, very pink. So I'm going to do a pump of that. And then we've got the soft beige, which I did buy thinking I'm just going to put one pump of the porcelain and half a pump of the soft beige. And I thought the soft beige would be good sort of tan colour for me when I'm self-tan, because it's sort of the shade 200 and I'd never go anywhere near that sort of colour. But it's very, very olive, and it comes up green on me and makes me look ill. So mixing it in with a foundation like the porcelain one that's just too pink for me. This works quite well. I used to actually be that porcelain shade, and I used to think I had very cool undertones, and I don't know if my undertones have changed over time, if that's possible, or whether I've just sort of got it wrong in the past, but I'm pretty convinced now that I don't have cool undertones, that I actually do have neutral undertones, which I know some people think don't exist, but I genuinely do think that I'm a neutral undertone. Now I love this foundation and I love my Real Techniques buffing brush, but I'm actually going to be using my hands to rub all of this in, because I feel like it actually stops me creasing in my smile lines when I work it really into the skin, especially when I'm not wearing a primer. And I'm not going to wear a primer today because I'm going out tonight with the girls. Yes, girls' night out, and so I'm going to take all my makeup off and start again. I could touch it up, but to be honest, I'm just more confident and have more of a fun time when I just start from scratch. And I think I probably have time to do that tonight, fingers crossed. We all want to feel our best when we go out, don't we? So I'm going to be doing that. And plus, you know, I don't actually go on that many girls' nights out, maybe 4-5 times a year. And let's get my mirror. So my favourite part of the whole process, as sad as it seems, is actually to do my makeup. So I want to do it right. So yeah, I mean, some people don't like to use fingers for foundation, and I suppose it depends on the foundation, but this foundation looks absolutely beautiful when it's blended in with fingers. Next, I'm just going to go on to the eyes. Now, it was a really, really simple eye look. I think sometimes the simple ones are the best. So I'm just going to find, because I've forgotten to get it out, my MAC Painterly paint pot. I'm not 100%, but I probably use this. And get that on the eyelid. So the reason that I haven't been doing the videos as often is A, because I've been really, really busy. Like, I've been to Malta, and I've been to Skegness, which may be close to some, but for me, in northern England, northeast England, I mean, last weekend, I drove 620 miles and I was just exhausted. I mean, I literally had probably the most fun, to be honest. I don't want to offend anyone. One of my bestest friends going out with, I had such a fun time, one of the funnest weekends I've ever had in my life. So it was really, really nice. Let's get a little bit under the lower lash line. But I've been busy. And then the other reason as well, and I don't know if anyone can relate to this, I pre-filmed almost a month's worth of videos. The only videos I didn't pre-film was my favourites, because obviously then it would be a lie, because you don't know what your favourites are until the end of the month. I'm currently loving. But other than that one, I pre-filmed all of my videos. And then basically what happened is I just found that because it'd been so long since I filmed, I lost so much confidence. So all I'm going to do now is just take a bit of bronzer and put it in the crease. So this is the one that I'm subbing out, because in the video that was requested, the look that was requested, I was using e.l.f. Cool Bronzer, which I no longer have. So this is Rimmel bronzer in Light Sunlight 021. Okay. So yeah, I just lost, and I'm just going to pop that in the crease with a Bdellium Tool 787. I know it's huge, but Stephanie Lange said it was good, and anything Stephanie says is good, I think it's good. So I'm just putting that really messily and really lightly and crazily in the crease. But yeah, I just lost so much of my confidence, and another thing that sort of added to that was the length of time I hadn't filmed. And also the fact that I had a plan. What I was going to do is I was going to embrace my curves, even though I'm a size 12 to 14. I was going to ignore the bullying that could come, which I have no doubt would come, and the embarrassment, because I have people in my normal life that watch my channel know me in real life. And I was going to do a haul of all my holiday clothes for Malta, including a bikini try-on. That was the plan. I chickened out last minute and I just couldn't go through with it. I ended up taking the bikinis back because the weather wasn't good enough to wear them. So that was one of the reasons I didn't do it as well. I didn't find time before doing it. I was going to do it after, and then realised that the bikinis had to go back because they were just, I would have wasted my money if not, because they just weren't used. It was really overcast and only like 17, 18 degrees. So yeah, that's the long story short. The fact that I didn't then go through with that and I built myself up with it in my head, that impacted my confidence as well. And I sort of thought, oh gosh, you know, I really should have took that leap, and I didn't, and I promised myself I would go for it, and then I didn't. So yeah, it sort of put me off. And also, it's not just the busyness of not finding time. I actually found when I did have time, I was exhausted because of how busy I've been, which really then impacted me not wanting to do my channel. So I do film videos. So yeah, that's the long and short of it. I had a cream shade all over my lid, and again, I just can't really remember. It might have been the white square in the Cool palette of the e.l.f. bronzer, but I'm going to use white chocolate from the Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm just going to use that on my finger because most of my brushes are dirty, and I'm just going to pop that on the lid. So I haven't done my concealer yet, as you know, because you're watching this video, but I could have. It wouldn't have mattered because it's not a dramatic eye look, as you can see. I was going for a bold lip, but something that was wearable, and that's why there's not a lot going on the eyes. So let me know in the comments how you've been doing. I do sort of speak on a quite a personal level with a lot of my subscribers, and I've missed you guys. I really have missed you, and I'm back now anyway. I'm hopefully going to get back on proper schedule. Leicester, you can hear my Leicester accent coming out there. So next, I'm just going to use my Rimmel Wake Me Up. This is one of the products in my Use Up project at the minute, which is going really well, I think, by the way. I can't wait to do an update on that for you. And my bag of empties is huge. For those of you who like my empties videos, check this out. I can barely lift it. I really can barely lift it. Look at that. It's absolutely chocker. And there's loads of makeup in there as well. It's not just stuff that I've shown before, which I know is a lot in my empties. I could take out the stuff I've shown before. I just don't like to. I like to show you everything that I'm using, because I feel that's more sort of honest, and you can see what I'm still using. Because if I took it out just because I talked about it before, you might not think I'm still using it. And also, I find that I actually have new things to say. So when I use up another one of it, I tend to find with a lot of things I actually have more opinions to give or more comments to make as it goes along. So I hope you don't mind. Let me know in the comments if you do. I should have asked that, shouldn't I? Sorry guys. If you don't like to see in my empty stuff that I've shown before, or my Holy Grail products that you already know are my Holy Grail products, and you just sort of think, well, I already know Kelly loves that, I don't need to hear it again or see it again, then let me know, because I'm really not sure. I know some YouTubers sort of just carry on using it and then mention it every now and then, like pull it in and going, oh, it's been ages since I've shown you this, so just to say, I usually throw it away, but I'm still using it. Is that better, or would you like just to be shown a genuine, true reflection on my empties of everything? And I usually honestly show you absolutely everything that I've used up. There was a couple of products that I just couldn't justify bringing the trash back from Malta, to be honest, just because my husband wanted the weight for something else, so I had to chuck them. But even when I went to Turkey last year, I brought all my trash back so I could show you how dedicated I am to empties videos. Okay, so my skin's not feeling, I wouldn't say it was feeling dry, but it was on the drier side of normal, so I'm actually not going to apply any powder. We'll see. Hopefully my bronzer won't look like a muddy, patchy mess. Now, I'm really proud of myself for this, but I actually know the exact shade of eye powder I wore in the video that got requested for the look. So it's the Makeup Revolution I Heart Makeup Brow, Heart Brow, God knows, in I Woke Up This Green, which is just like the medium side of things. They do have a lighter and a darker side. Instead of calling them light, dark and medium, they just called them crazy names like they do. I love it, really. And I've got the Real Techniques brow brush. Now this needs a real clean, and it's got some sort of gel like product on it, so I hope this doesn't turn out to be a right mess, but we shall see. I could just clean my brushes, but there's the whole busy, exhausted situation that I previously mentioned. But yeah, this is a nice brow powder. I haven't used the wax yet at all, so I don't know what that's like. And to be honest, I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell you why, but I just have a massive love for the Sleek Brow Kit. And I couldn't tell you how or why it was apparently better than this, and it's certainly not cheaper of the two. But I don't know, you know, you just take a shining to something. So as you can see, I don't really care much for brows. I just slap it on, and my brows are completely different shapes, and I make no effort to correct them. Hey ho. Not because, to be honest, I probably say it's because I'm not bothered, and I'm not really bothered, but it's more the fact that I probably couldn't do it if I tried. I'm just, you know, I'm not a makeup artist, which I've said loads of times before. Now, again, I know that I had pink cheeks for the requested video, but I honestly don't know what blush I used. So I'm going to use one of my favourite blushes of all time, and one of the first ever blushes I bought when I was building up my collection, which is Flamingo by Sleek, which is 937. I don't think they have 937 blushes, but you know, I could be wrong. And because Sleek blushes are so pigmented, I'm going to use my Duo Fibre brush from Real Techniques, just put the tips in and then work the product on the back of my hand into the tips before I let it touch my face. Get that on lightly. Can afford a tad more. There we go. So I'm not very good at talking while I do this. Okay. Is that even? I hope it is. I wish you were here, you could reply back to me, that'd be so helpful. And yeah, let's get some bronzer on. So I'm going to use the Multitask brush by Real Techniques. Can you tell I love Real Techniques? And the same bronzer as before. And I'm just going to put that around my hairline. It's a very, very light bronzer, so you really can pack it on, which I shall be doing. I actually find for these sort of really quite hard bronzers that the best brush to use is a really dense brush that's not going to get ruined from it, and that is the powder brush by Wilko's, but as you can see it's absolutely huge, so it's difficult to get the product then where you want it to be because it's just so huge. I'm going to pop that under my cheekbones and sort of a little bit onto my cheek and up onto my temple, blending in the edges of my blush as I go. I'm not contouring, I'm just warming up the face. And then a little bit under my double chin, around my jawline and down my neck. I think that blush is definitely going to have to be in my monthly favourites. Spoiler alert. So let's just shove some mascara on. Again, I'm going to be honest and tell you I cannot remember what mascara I used in the video, but I'm going to use the Lancome Hypnose mascara. It's a little sample size. I'm pretty sure I was feeling lazy that day and didn't put any eyeliner on, which is half laziness and half the fact that I'm just not sure that eyeliner actually adds anything to my look, which probably sounds crazy to most people because I know that winged liner and really thick sort of in your face liner is just massively on trend, but I've got a hooded eye, so winged liner really isn't my thing, and then liner in general just seems to me like an annoying extra step. So spring is nearly upon us now, 20th of March I believe. Oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to talk when doing this bit, am I? At the minute my diary at work is booked up really far in advance. I've got to be so careful what I say about work because I'm not really allowed to talk about work at all. But I just wanted to mention it because the other day I started booking in appointments for May and I was thinking, oh my god, it was like Christmas. Just give the hair a zhuzh. Christmas it feels like it was yesterday, and now all of a sudden I'm booking in appointments for May. It's crazy. I'm going to use the Makeup Academy Undress Your Skin Shimmer Highlighter. It's the original one, so the pinky based one. I don't hugely like this product. When I got through the hard upper layer, it was much better, but the colour is very cool, very cool. It almost, to me, has a duochrome with like a purpley bluey shade, which some people would love. And you'd think with my colourings, I bought it when I was very blonde, my natural sort of a bit lighter than my natural blonde, but I don't know, it just isn't for me. I prefer something more neutral or something more champagne-y. So I'm using Real Technique setting brush, is it? Yeah, setting brush, and I've just done Cupid's bow, tip of the nose, just a teeny bit though, I don't want Wayne Goss having a go at me, and then down the bridge of my nose and the tops of my cheekbones. Just pop a bit there as well. I don't think I've ever done that before, but I just love the way it looks on other people. Okay, so on to the star of the show, the lip product. So if you've not tried these Revlon Matte Balms, they're brilliant, and the balm stains are really good as well. You don't even need liner with these. Very minty. Don't know how long that's going to stay on today. I'm taking my daughter to dance class, and then the three of us, my husband and my daughter, are going out for lunch. So that's the finished look. Usually I'd put a setting spray on, but I'm not going to waste my setting spray today because this makeup is coming off when I get back. to redo it for tonight's girls' night out. So I hope this sort of looks similar to the look I had on. I think it does. I'm pretty sure I used you know, most of the same products. I did mention where there would be a variation. I always put a second coat of mascara on, so I'll quickly pop that on as I'm wrapping this video up. And again, I just apologise for how long it's taken me to get round to doing this, and I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.